love, as God defines it, is unconditional, meaning there is no condition anyone needs to meet in order to experience it. There's no change that needs to be made. There is no fitting in. There is no characteristic. There is nothing. As we are, we should be loved. We should be allowed to exist in our truth. And that is the only way we can experience love. You cannot experience love adapting so that others may love you. You would never experience it, because instead they will be loving the representative you have created. Love can only be found when you are brave enough to exist as you are. You are brave enough to express what is within you, no matter how people may receive it. That is the only way we can experience love. And when we exist as we are, that is how we are free. So where there is love, there is liberty. What we are desiring is lust. We are desiring people to like us. So we are conforming ourselves to fit into the form that they like. Those days are over, because God cannot move in people who are conforming to the opinions of others. It is of utmost importance that we learn to love everything that is expressing itself through us, because it is all with intention and God has a purpose for it. For instance, my entire life, I have been called stubborn. My entire life, that is what I heard. And you know what? It hurts, because I didn't believe myself to be stubborn at all. I just didn't think people were making sense, which is what a stubborn person would say. And so when I finally met God, when we finally had that meeting, he said, I made you stubborn, because if not, you would have been doing what everyone else would have been doing, and you would have not found your way here. And that is when everything made sense. So this characteristic that the world hated, everyone hated, was with purpose. And you will find that many people who have a strong spirit of God within them are stubborn. And it's because what you are asking them to submit to is nonsense. We want everyone to submit to God. And guess what? God abides in each individual. And therefore, they must allow that God to find expression. For there is a purpose and there is a place for what he has put within them. And so it becomes of utmost importance that we accept ourselves, beginning with the surface, our physical level, our physical nature, and all the characteristics that are within us as well. Because what this world does is it makes us hate our physical nature in favor of what? One that they have created and developed to be the ideal one. The ideal physical nature is the one that has been given to you, because it has been given to you with a purpose, with an intention. And it is going to speak to whomever it is supposed to speak to. And we must trust God in that. And that is when you'll begin to see him be able to move in you as a vessel, when you trust him down to every detail about you. The world desires for you to meditate day one night on how you can be presentable to it, how you can be desirable to it. But you need to desire to just exist as God has called you to exist. Because that is the only thing that can be beauty. All else is just artificial. Beauty is only found in what God has naturally created. Compare man-made artifacts to God-made earthly. Compare man-made waterfalls to God-made waterfalls. The man-made one might be perfect in all of its calculations, but the God-made one will have your jaw dropping in awe at what God is able to naturally create. And so we must look at ourselves this way. There is a man-made perfect calculation, perfect nose, perfect this, perfect that, perfect teeth, and there is the God-made one. And the true beauty is found in the God-made one. We must desire to exist as God has called us to, because that is the definition of beauty. And so when we learn to accept ourselves, we free up our minds from meditating on how to, again, be desirable and be presentable on this earth. And that is when God can now move in our minds to find out what is within us. To peel back the layers to finding out what it was that he desired to bring forth in this earth when he created us. So the key is to not be stuck on the surface, as this world has put many of us stuck on the surface, myself included. But the moment that I accepted every single detail was the moment that God was able to now flow. Was the moment I was now able to meet the God that was within me. So the key is to loving yourself. Because that is how God can now move in you. This is the forsaking of the world that Jesus Christ was speaking about. Forsake what they have said is desirable, what they have said is presentable, what they have said is formidable, and you will find your true formidable nature. That is the only way you will find it. And so the paradigm is that we often lose our glory trying to find glory in this world. So when we try to find or be someone to this world, we lose who we actually are, who is somebody great to this world, who is someone who can shake up this world. But it can only be done when we submit to that God within us. And to do that, you trust every single detail. And you learn to love it because you know your God loved you, and he placed it there because he loved you. And he placed it there because he had a design for it. And that design is what will shake up this world.